song to increase my understanding. My daily bread, that amazing. I'm talking about precepts. Precept on precept, line upon line, precept on precept, line upon line. I can't keep explaining, can't study for you.
We are not a hate group. We're not affiliated with any other Israelite group. Israel United in Christ is a nonviolent Bible-based movement. We do not advocate or condone any acts of violence against any race, ethnicity, or gender. We advise that if anyone hears or knows of any plots to cause harm to anyone or to break the laws of the land, you must contact the proper authorities to bring awareness to any possible threat as stated in Leviticus chapter 5, verse 1.
Hey, Shalom, Israel, Most High in Christ bless. Captain Matt here. We are Precept upon Precept. Hey, shout out to Captain Shem. He had the business to handle, so, keep him in your prayers. I'm Captain Matt.
Officer Mikael.
Officer Yasa.
Officer Micah.
And y'all already know what time it is. It's Precept upon Precept time, and we're going to start this thing off with the Watchman Report with Officer Micah.
Hey, Shalom, Israel, Most High in Christ bless. There's a lot going on in the world, so let's get to it. Netanyahu defiant as protesters demanding a ceasefire for hostages deal brings Israel to a halt. Let's see how long that lasts. I guess the U.S. give them more weapons. All right, cheerleader. This was sad, man. Y'all get a chance to read this. Cheerleader Olivia Flores was about to graduate. Instead, her family planned her funeral. What happened? State trooper, police officer, still was speeding like crazy, ran into the car. Now he said he's not guilty. Killed Northern Kingdom, man. So our people going through it too. Georgia high school shooting suspect was investigated in 2023. Yes, 2023 for online threats, authorities say. But yet, I guess they didn't take him serious until he shot up a school. Oregon hospital hit with a $303 million lawsuit after a nurse is accused of replacing fentanyl with tap water. So, hey, if our people, we get sick and things of that sort, make sure you have somebody in the hospital with you. It's important so you can pay attention to what these healthcare workers are doing. All right, last article. Brief for the tech team. Come on, help a brother out. All right, so our tech team, they doing the best that they can do, but y'all know how I go. Send up prayers for our tech team because they work very hard and they need them fervent prayers. So, all right, this concludes the Watchman Report.
Hey, Shalom, Most High in Christ bless. Hey, look, keep Northern Kingdom in your prayers. Esau be killing us left and right. And wrongful judgment always proceeds. All right. So first things first, you know how we start off the radio show with the thumbnail. All right, Officer Mikael, go ahead and explain what we're looking at.
So, as y'all can see, the title is The Ambassador is Sent. Will NATO fall soon? So what we have in the background is the NATO flag and the best representation I could get of a BRICS flag. And it's all being brought together by this menacing skull that represents destruction. And you can see the land is desolate and it's war-torn. So we're talking about possible World War III coming. So that's what we have here.
Hey, y'all be doing y'all thing with this here AI stuff, bro.
Hey, all praise to the Most High.
I ain't gonna lie, that thing fire. That thing is nice. Hey, all praise to the Most High, y'all. Look, so go to the subscribe. All right, so subscribe to IUIC New Orleans. YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Rumble. See that code right there at the bottom right-hand corner? Scan it and subscribe if you ain't already subscribed. And if you did subscribe, send it to somebody else so they could subscribe. Each one teach one. All right? So, it's a lot going on in the world today. It's a lot going on. Turkey then said, EU, I'm about sick of you. That's what they said. So got some things going on with Turkey now in the world. And people don't understand that when it comes to a country like Turkey, don't think that it's just a funny name. They got some stuff over there. All right? They got the largest drone army in the Middle East.
And they have, I think, the 7th largest standing army on the planet.
Damn.
The 7th largest standing army on the planet.
So what that means is Turkey not jive.
No, ain't no jive over there in that Turkey. There ain't no jive over there in that Turkey. That Turkey about his business. And we going to see just how about his business it really is. So let's go to that first link. And the first timestamp, which should be the first 2.5 minutes.
Bids to join BRICS, which, by the way, kind of weird, right? And NATO and all this stuff. But Turkey bids to join BRICS in push to build alliances beyond West. And that's a Bloomberg story. Turkey has formally applied to join BRICS, with President Erdogan's administration viewing the geopolitical center of gravity as shifting away from the West. The decision is driven by frustrations over Turkey's stalled EU membership bid and strained relations with NATO allies, particularly with...
See, he talking hella fast. Rewind that.
Yeah.
He talking hella fast. So I need y'all to listen. Make sure that the volume is up. Make sure they can hear it.
Make sure the people can hear this.
Because this is showing that Turkey has some discontent with the EU. All right? Play it again.
Bids to join BRICS, which, by the way, kind of weird, right? And NATO and all this stuff. But Turkey bids to join BRICS in push to build alliances beyond West. And that's a Bloomberg story. Turkey has formally applied to join BRICS, with President Erdogan's administration viewing the geopolitical center of gravity as shifting away from the West. The decision...
Yeah. They said that their geopolitical center of gravity is shifting away from the West. If you know anything about fighting and all of that stuff, your center of gravity is where you hold your base. That's where your balance is. They don't want to be balanced in the EU. They don't want to be balanced with the West. Play on.
By frustrations over Turkey's stalled EU membership bid and strained relations with NATO allies, particularly...
Stop. Turkey, at one point in time, they bid to be in the EU. They wanted to be in the EU. The EU looked at them like they had 5 heads and was like, we'll think about it. So the next best thing to join allies with was BRICS. I mean, Putin is already going around like the ambassador. Like, this dude he's going everywhere. Everywhere that the U.S. don't want to go, he's going. And he's making a lot of allies. That's why Turkey's saying what it's saying. Play it.
I think he's about to say it. It's about these strange relationships with Israel in particular.
Back it up about 5 seconds and then play it again. All right.
Gravity as shifting away from the West. The decision is driven by frustrations over Turkey's stalled EU membership bid and strained relations with NATO allies, particularly with After maintaining close ties to Russia post-Ukraine invasion, Erdogan stated that Turkey must improve its relations with East and West simultaneously, seeing BRICS membership as a way to boost economic ties with Russia and China and potentially becoming a hub for gas exports between the EU and Asia. Turkey's application follows BRICS' recent expansion and which added Iran, the UAE, Ethiopia, and Egypt to the list. Vinny, thoughts on the story?
It's a whole lot going on. It's a whole lot being said. Turkey wanted to join the EU. The EU said, hell no. So Turkey said, all right, fine. I see BRICS is going ahead and expanding. Let me go ahead and join them. Now what's the problem?
So one of the big issues is Turkey is right there in the line of fire between Russia and whatever breaks off over there. Turkey is close. If nuclear bombs were to be used, they're going to feel the effect of it. So they're starting to think for themselves now, you know, what'll happen if it happens over here? So they rather it happen somewhere else. It's an economical war before you get to the actual physical war, and that's what we're experiencing now. World War III basically has begun because everybody's taking their sides. That's what they're doing right now.
Remember when they had those strikes on Iran a few times? They killed Soleimani, and then they killed another one of Iran's leaders. President Erdogan stood up and said he was going to back Iran. Iran's in BRICS.
Yep.
Turkey just applied for BRICS. Do y'all see the pieces moving?
Yup.
Y'all better pay attention.
Play on.
Wait, Pat, which one was this one?
It's Turkey deciding to join BRICS.
I listen, the story that I had was the two Navy guys. Did you see that one?
Nah,
That's
nah.
the
Wait, what's the timestamp on there? Jump to jump to 4 minutes 38 seconds. So a lot of the people in the comments was pissed off at this guy Adam because he was saying stuff that wasn't even true. Like he had no idea what the hell he was talking about. He said the wrong capital. He said the wrong country that Turkey bordered. It was like he was all over the place. But he said some stuff up in here. Go ahead.
This BRICS situation is not good. You think we need more massive countries aligning against the U.S. dollar and the U.S. hegemony? No.
Stop.
But
That's the economical war part right there.
There you go.
And this
There
is
it is.
historically what happened World War I, World War II. It was all economics. Before somebody got in a situation, they said, hey, we're going to have to fight this out.
Exactly. He said, do you think we need more people against the United States? They already know that they got people against the United States. That's not a secret at all. No, it's not. It's no secret that the U.S. is hated. Matter of fact, let's get that in Obadiah. I believe it's verse 2. Like the U.S. is very much hated around the world. And they're saying, look, we don't need more people to be against the United States. Like that's not going to be good for nobody. Read that.
Obadiah, verse 2. Behold, I have made thee small among the heathen.
Small among the heathen. Read.
Thou art greatly despised.
Greatly despised. He's talking about Edom. And the biggest capital of Edom is the United States of America. Read.
The pride of thine heart hath deceived thee. Thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rock, whose habitation is high, that saith in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground?
So everybody knows that that's how the U.S. speaks. Shoot, one of Obama's speeches was, you know, the U.S. has never gotten attacked on homeland soil, and, you know, nobody's going to whoop us. And if, you know, all of the other diplomatic people, they be talking that stuff like, look, if y'all mess with the United States, y'all got a big problem.
United States problem is the way that they do business is they put economical blockades up to put people back in line. That's what they did to Iran. That's what they did to Russia. That's what they try to do to China, right? Yep. Even when Trump was in there. But the problem is with BRICS alliance is then the economical blockade does not work.
It don't.
Right.
Hey, keep on playing. Remember the timestamp.
Do we need them to defeat terrorism and help with NATO? I think they weren't one of the first countries that joined NATO in 47 or 48. I think they joined in 52. We don't need them. We don't need them cozying up to the Russias of the world or the Chinas of the world or certainly the Irans of the world. You know, the president of Turkey, give me his name again one more time. Erdogan, you know, not exactly a fan of U.S.-Israel diplomatic relations. Yet, Erdogan, he's veering towards the side of authoritarian, it would seem. He's also very pro-Islam. I mean, that's his thing. But what I would say is take your alignment and relationships where you can get it, and agree on what you can agree upon, because it's never going to be 100% with this country, and so respectfully disagree.
What he's basically saying is, I mean, go where you're accepted. That's what he's basically saying. Like, you know, they're an Islam country, even though they try to act like they're not. They are an Islamic country. They are very much close with all of the H's, Hezbollah, Hamas, and the Houthis. They are very much close to them. Yes, you know what I'm saying? Yes, so at the border, they funneling, you know what I'm saying? They got a lot of little things going on with Ishmael. They might be the same people.
They're the same people.
You know what I'm saying? So next time stamp. I'm telling you, they was talking about some stuff.
2 U.S. service members were attacked in Turkey by a group of anti-American protesters during a violent...
Now, this is something, also, Michael, hopefully you could touch on this. Maybe you knew somebody that was stationed in Germany and they like to make trips out there to Turkey, because I knew a few who like to do stuff like that. Just play it. Just play it.
Interaction caught on camera. Rob has it. The man was identified as a serviceman from the USS Wasp. They just docked in Turkey, and the incident occurred in the Turkish port city of Izmir. 5 of his other soldiers had to jump in and say, like, look at this guy. This guy just shopping in the town, and then he gets caught up by some guys from Turkey. Look, has no idea what's... By the way, look, and they're chanting, Yankee go home. Yankee go home, and then that's his other Navy partner coming in to get involved. And it's like, bro, what kind, like, that is happening in the streets of Turkey to our soldiers. That's absolutely ridiculous. And that's not the first time it happened. In 2014, 3 U.S. Navy soldiers from the USS Ross were attacked by the youth union members, also chanted Yankee go home. Pat, it seems as if the sentiment towards us is not a positive one, and they don't like us.
I'm gonna say this. I think they only shocked because it was a bunch of white dudes. Black soldiers been getting harassed and fought and all of that stuff in Turkey. I know soldiers personally who, when they went to Turkey, they said, bro, them people in Turkey are violent. They are violent, bro. They do not play around, bro. Like, if you get into a fight with one of them dudes, you better be ready to go all out, because they going.
Them Turks will hurt you. Especially because what Jake do, Jake go over there and start messing with their women. And they don't want that mixed racing. They don't want that. They don't want it. It was so bad. I remember we flew in there in 2009. I was going to Afghanistan. They wouldn't even let us off the plane. They said, look, we're going to fill the plane up and y'all ain't getting off. They would not let us off the plane. So yeah, that's normal behavior for them. They do it all the time.
Exactly.
Remember, that was the Ottoman Empire, which conquered all the way down to North Africa. And they're thoroughly mixed. That's why they're Islamic. They're thoroughly mixed. Once they accepted Islam and they conquered down to Africa, and then when they lost around World War I, World War II, they lost their ground. But the thing is, what we call Arabs today is heavily mixed with those Turkish people. When you're looking at them, that's what you're looking at when you see them Arabs, is the Turkish people.
Exactly. Go to the next timestamp.
What's best for Turkey? What's best for his people? That's how he's processing that decision. And maybe if he's going to be more welcomed in BRICS by who? Russia? Yeah. By Iran? By China? Yeah. I'm going to a party that I'm welcome. You ever been to a party where you're not welcomed? How do you feel when you go to that party?
Awkward, not want to leave.
How bad is it when you go there? It's like everybody kind of gives you the look, whatever, he's here, right? Yeah. How does it feel when you go to a party when you're welcome? How comfortable are you? Yeah. How content are you? How, like, you go on a vacation with somebody, you're like, man, I freaking really enjoy my time. I just feel welcome. And then you go to one, you're like, oh, these people are snobby and they think they're better than me and all this. I'm not never going on vacation with you guys ever again. That's how Erdogan is feeling right now. Doesn't make it.
So look. Hey, these dudes, bro, they know how to analyze some stuff on a personal level. Now, I want you to go to the Mongolia link. I just want y'all to see this. Remember what he said. How does it feel to go to a party that you're not accepted at?
Right.
Feels like crap. You know what I'm saying? Like, damn, this guy again, he wants to come. So remember, they wanted to be in the EU. The EU looked at him and was like, well, whatever.
Y'all all mixed with them Arabs over there.
You know what I'm saying? But now they want to go over to BRICS, and now it's an issue.
Right.
But the dude said, look, they want to go somewhere where they're accepted, where they're liked, where they're not looked at as funny. So watch what the ambassador is doing.
In a cloud of war crime accusations, the Russian President Vladimir Putin has arrived in Mongolia, his first visit to a member of the International Criminal Court since the court issued an arrest warrant for him last year.
Stop. The International Criminal Court issued an arrest warrant last year for Putin. Mongolia is part of the International Criminal Court. He went to Mongolia with a smile on his face. Let's see what happened.
Leader wanted by the Hague-based court for the alleged illegal deportation of Ukrainian children. Kyiv continuing to urge the Mongolian authorities to execute the arrest warrant, whilst the ICC itself said last week that all members have an obligation to detain those sought by it.
Stop. So the International Criminal Court, obviously ran by Babylon the Great, said that, look, if he steps foot in Mongolia, y'all have to arrest him. He stepped foot in Mongolia and was greeted with the red carpet treatment. Took pictures. You know what I'm saying?
He wasn't walking like nobody that was worried about getting locked up either.
No. The International Criminal Court was told that they got to arrest this dude. Not only did they not do it, but they said they're not going to do it.
and they rolled out the red carpet.
The red carpet.
And you don't just show up in another country. That has to be planned. Everything's planned because they have to have protection and everything when they travel. So the Mongolians said, y'all come on over. Ain't no problem.
Exactly.
We good.
Now watch this.
To Officer Yasser's point, when he made that comment about standing army, to some people that may not understand what a standing army is, that's your job. You don't go and sack groceries. You fight wars. That's what you get paid to do. Your job 25 days, 7 days a week is be an army. And guess what Putin has? He has about 1,001,500 of those. So them dudes over there like, let's put. No, they ain't putting no cuffs on them because U.S. you got what, maybe 1 million, maybe 1,200,000.
Said less than 1% or about 1% of the population is in the military.
Okay, so he got people. He's probably got like the third largest military. So they ain't putting cuffs on this guy.
Right. Hey, play on. Let's see what the
First of all, from a Russian opposition politician.
Just a few days ago, I, along with numerous members of Russia's opposition and civil society, signed an open appeal to the government of Mongolia to implement their absolutely clear-cut legal obligation to arrest citizen Putin the moment he enters Mongolian territory, in accordance with the ICC warrant that accuses him of war crimes. If Mongolia considers itself a country with the rule of law that aspires to be part of the civilized world, it should respect the Rome Statute that we know it has signed and ratified.
You know what that means? If Mongolia wants to be a nation that's recognized as being part of the civilized world, they're going to recognize those statutes that they put out there.
Captain, how are they going to say if they want to be part of the civilized world? What moral ground do they stand on to call themselves civilized after what they've done in the world?
Exactly.
Oh, my goodness.
See, the thing I like about what's going on is Putin is using their own tactics against them.
Yep.
He's going around creating allies, making everybody feel comfortable, joining everybody on his side against his enemies. I mean, ain't that what the Babylonians do?
And he the way he's doing it is brilliant. He's saying, hey, I got this stuff we're not going to use the U.S. dollar for you to purchase it. We'll just make our own money up and just use that backed by these resources for you to get it.
Hey, we're going to get to that next. Play.
Well, a short while ago, I spoke to our Asia correspondent, Yenna Lee, and I asked her if there are any signs at all that Putin could be arrested and if he's taking any real risk by being there.
No real risk for President Putin. The Mongolians, after all, have invited him to Ulaanbaatar. There have been no signs.
Can you go back to that map real quick, Kat? Our people, they missed it.
Go back to the map.
Just show the map of where Mongolia's at, and notice his partners down there to the west. You think Putin really was concerned like they were going to arrest him? Look at who's right there. They have another one of those things called a standing army.
Yep.
I think they range in like the 2 millions. Like,
yeah, because most of
India right there too.
Yeah, most of their men have to be civil service. They have to. So Mongolia, he said, is there any, does it look like they're going to arrest him? No, they're not going to arrest this guy.
But she also said they invited him.
Exactly.
So Putin was sitting around, got a call. He said, come over, bro. We got to talk. Things heating up. Holler back at me.
I mean, honestly, you're going to look at the map. Look at the map. You're going to be loyal to somebody that's all the way across the Pacific Ocean to have you surrounded by your enemies? You'll be surrounded by Russia. You'll be surrounded by China. Where are you going to go? What are you going to do?
And then Mongolia, the Mongoloids, are kin and cousins to the Chinese people. So blood is thicker than mud, and that's what it's going down to.
Ain't it, though?
Ain't it?
Blood thicker than mud. I like that.
Yeah. That's old school.
Play on.
The Mongolians, after all, have invited him to Ulaanbaatar. There have been no signs that this is some kind of elaborate ruse to arrest him. For Mongolia's ruling party, the risks are also very low. Rights groups in the capital have been protesting against President Putin's arrival, but space for civil society in the country is getting narrower, and at this stage there's little chance that this event would have significant political consequences for the leadership there, especially as there is little to no risk of sanctions against the country for this. This is because the ICC
Who's going to sanction them? The U.S.? Okay, and then Putin is going to open up his resources. So then what? Sanctions ain't working no more. Like you were saying, Siyasa, it always starts economically. And then after the economic part of it, if you see that that's not working, the only thing left to do is pick up weapons. It's the only thing left to do. You put how many, 15,000 sanctions on different countries? But what happens when those sanctions don't work? That's like your mama whooping you. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like you 13, 14 years old, and your mama get the belt, and she start hitting you, and it ain't doing nothing.
So, China came to power because the United States didn't want to help the so-called Negroes here. And they put all of the business over there. And now, as what was his name, that Reverend said, your chickens come to roost. So China is really right neck and neck with the U.S. as far as the economical power. All them countries, Mongolia, Russia, all them do business with them, all through Africa, all through the Arab nations. So China is economically able to withstand it. When they bonded with Russia, that's a big problem for the U.S. now.
Hey, everybody was scared of Debo till Craig beat him up.
Ooh-wee.
You know what I'm saying?
Ooh-wee. And Putin is Craig.
Yeah.
Putin is Craig. It is what it is. Putin is Craig. And we not pro-Putin. We not pro-Trump. We not pro-Kamala. We pro-God. And it's amazing to see the hand of the Lord move these pieces around and line them up for the battle that we know prophetically is to come.
Ooh.
All praises.
We watching it happen. We're watching everything go down. If you know that you're an Israelite and you're not all the way invested, this is what's to come. We watching it play by play happen.
if you're an Israelite and you watching these prophecies come to pass, and you can't keep your rod where it belongs, something wrong with you. Something is wrong with you.
Yup.
And what's scary is the average Israelite who don't even know they're Israelite won't even see it because they're interested in the football season coming up, all the entertainment that's going on. I don't know the name of all these people, Sexy Red and all this stuff here. They are totally distracted. If you ask them about what's happening in Russia or something like that, they have no clue whatsoever. And the things that are going to come, no matter which one of these people get elected, it's bad things to come. It's bad things to come.
It's two extremes in the country right now. You're either all the way informed or you're all the way ignorant. There's no middle ground no more. People are either all the way left or they're all the way right. Now, something that Officer Micah had brought up, go to the BRICS Bank versus IMF video. Yeah. We about to get into what they call it, raw stacks.
Yeah.
Yeah, we about to get into some raw stacks right now. Oh, yeah. All right, let's go. First time stamp.
Under of the scope, if you will, just approved $1 billion in financing for South African water infrastructure.
Stop. If y'all don't know, this is talking about the BRICS Bank. BRICS Bank just funded $1 billion with a B, $1 billion to South Africa water infrastructure. They're starting to build infrastructure. Those of y'all that have been following the show, you already know we always touch on it. The United States forms infrastructure in a country when they want to take it over. You give them foreign aid, you provide infrastructure, the country owes you. And then when they owe you, they have to do everything that you say, or else you pull all of the money that you gave them, and they become a third world country. This is how it happens. BRICS Bank, on the other hand, say, nah, we're gonna supply you with $1 billion in water infrastructure. Let's see what else.
Just approved $1 billion in financing for South African water infrastructure. Remember that a country is not required to be a BRICS member in order to receive financing from the bank.
Stop. So with the United States, you had to be some sort of ally, be in a little circle. Putin said, you ain't got to be. If you need it, you got it.
And China paid them a visit too. China said we're going to invest $50 billion and give you 1 million jobs. And we know jobs are slavery, but they between the two of them, they're taking over them resources in Africa, cutting out the European bloc.
Yup. Play on.
Separate entity, and there is a standalone application and admission process. For example, in addition to the bank's core members, the core 5, plus Bangladesh, UAE, Egypt, and Uruguay, the bank's president, Dilma Rousseff, announced the admission of yet another member, Algeria. Rousseff also emphasized that the bank's policy is to grow membership among the countries of the Global South, and many of them had already applied to join.
So, you got Algeria. You got Paraguay. Or is it Uruguay?
Uruguay.
You got Uruguay, which is next to Brazil. You got Algeria, which is North Africa. You got the regular 5 BRICS. And guess what? They are all making sure, hey, you want to be a part of this? You could have a part in the BRICS Bank. Imagine being in something so powerful from the ground up. Those of y'all who have worked jobs at new companies, you know that it's more beneficial for you to start with the new company from the ground up, because over time you can gain more of a powerful position in that company because you was there from the start. A lot of this stuff, this is what's happening. BRICS just started. They're starting to grow their membership. They're starting to grow their infrastructure. They're growing their finances. And now they're putting their finances to work within the organization. Next timestamp.
North Africa. The caused migration, and it resulted in a refugee crisis that worsened over time as more individuals flee the area in search of easier living conditions. During the last 2023 annual BRICS summit, one of the key announced goals was to improve the infrastructure of its developing nations. It will help create jobs, of course, potentially lifting millions out of poverty, as well as to improve the living conditions over time with better access to healthcare and other essential services. The new law.
I don't know if y'all understand that Putin is playing the United States game against itself. He's providing it with infrastructure and health care. All of these people, they flee their countries because of the internal wars, the fighting. Health care is another big reason why a lot of these people flee their countries. And they run to Babylon the Great, and Babylon the Great welcomes them with open arms, and gives them subsidies, and gives them foreign aid, and yet they become slaves to them. But play on, go to the end of the timestamp.
That are used by their members. Now, on the global scale, the New Development Bank is a competitor. Not quite as strong of a competitor just yet, but definitely a potential competitor to the International Monetary Fund.
Stop. Said they are a competitor to the International Monetary Fund. Do you know who the International Monetary Fund is?
U.S.
Do you know what the International Monetary Fund does? It tells people what their money is worth.
Yep.
They tell, give me a country.
Suriname.
They tell Suriname, your $1 is only worth 1/3 of a cent of US dollars. I think right now the exchange rate is 37 Surinamese dollars to $1 American dollar.
So that means that the U.S. can buy up everything in your country for a little, what you could consider a little nothing. So that's why they do that. They devalue their resources so that they can take them.
Exactly.
When they doing the same thing to China, like they'll buy a shirt for like 10 cents and they bring it over here to America and they'll sell it for $50 or something crazy like that.
Yep.
That's exactly what they do.
So 1 Surinamese dollar is 3.5 cents here.
Damn.
So you can buy up everything they got with $10.
Nah, not actually. So 1 American dollar is now 28 Surinamese dollars. But the exchange rate as far as purchasing power is the same. So a $3 bag of chips is going to cost you 90 Surinamese dollars.
Right.
You understand? It's you ain't going nowhere. It's not like you're going to, oh, I got 90 Surinamese dollars and I'm going to buy up more stuff than I could have bought in America. No. The International Monetary Fund sets inflation as well. Go to the next timestamp. You have something?
Competitor to the International Monetary Fund as well as to the World Bank. Lending in local currencies alone is an extremely appealing benefit that it's
that's what you was talking about, Micah. I want you to go back to the beginning of the timestamp, just in case the people missed it. Officer Micah said earlier about lending in your own currency. Or hey, we're going to make up a currency and you could trade in this. BRICS is allowing these countries to trade and borrow in their local currency. So they don't have to have a reserve currency. Everything that they own is backed by gold anyway, so it don't matter what the papers say.
Right.
It levels the playing field for them.
Ooh, does it? Play it again.
be granted in the currencies that are used by their members. Now, on the global scale, the New Development Bank is a competitor. Not quite as strong of a competitor just yet, but definitely a potential competitor to the International Monetary Fund as well as to the World Bank. Lending in local currencies alone is an extremely appealing benefit that it's offering to its members, since the other two entities lend in the United States.
So, the other two lend in the United States dollar. They're allowing you to lend in your dollar,
which is also killing the dollar.
Which is also killing the dollar, because we no longer need it. If the dollar is no longer needed, economic, like you said earlier, it starts wars. Next timestamp.
Not just provide funds to their borrowers, but require a little something in return that is not.
So this is now the IMF. The IMF now, this is what they do. They supply funds to their borrowers, but then they want something back. Play it.
Not purely financial benefit. And that little something is typically a domestic policy that the government of a borrowing country would be effectively forced to adopt before getting extra cash. Effectively, the IMF and World Bank have been an extension of Western politics that force sovereign nations to adopt policies that do not benefit them in return for money, in return for financing.
So, doesn't that sound familiar? Hey, push the LGBT agenda, and if you don't, we're going to pull all of your funding.
Cap, this is what President Kennedy, the one that was assassinated, he spoke about this. He says that the hidden hand in the world, they didn't even have standing armies, but they rule the world. And it's the IMF, the International Bank, and the World Bank. They actually are the ones that empower nations to do wars, giving them finances and stuff to finance. Like this country here is said to be in trillions of dollars of debt. Who are they in debt to? Themselves. Them big bankers even got this country wrapped up. So where they say things are gonna get done, that's what getting done. But they're getting beat. And remember, Gaddafi tried to start a bank. What Putin is doing, Gaddafi tried to do.
Yep.
He ended up dead, but somebody picked up on the idea and ran with it, and you can't bully Russia like they did him.
Exactly. Because Russia's been a big player since, what, the Cold War?
Yeah.
Since the jump, Russia been with them every step of the way, from the space race to the arms race to the world superpower, all of that stuff. Next timestamp.
World anti-worker law. What it does is it strips.
Remember, the U.S. helped Ukraine, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, let's see what happened in Ukraine. Go a little bit before the timestamp, maybe 5 seconds before the timestamp. Let's see what the IMF and the U.S. funding did for Ukraine.
Give you a practical example or two. Zelensky implemented one of the worst in the world anti-worker law. What it does is it strips back labor protection. Around 70% of workers in Ukraine have been stripped of many labor protections. Collective agreements negotiated by unions over salary or holidays, for instance, no longer apply. The law also removes the legal authority of trade unions to veto workplace dismissals.
So, you could get fired for any reason. You no longer have union protection, and you no longer have any say-so in the field that you have studied and have worked to be in. Because the United States is helping them, now they're in control of their labor force. And they stripping all of their rights.
So you know what the Ukrainians have become? Slavs.
Yep.
Slaves.
Mm-hmm. Yugoslavia. Next timestamp.
banks impose similar detrimental requirements, why they're gaining popularity. The focus on improving infrastructure of emerging economies without requiring them to pay an arm and a leg for it is just one way to promote a fair multipolar world.
And this is why I say that this is the ambassador. Because he's saying, Putin is basically saying through BRICS, look, if you need money, you can have it, no strings attached.
Right.
You need help, you need assistance, no strings attached. The U.S., on the other hand, they give you something, we want something in return. We want your arm, your leg, your arm, and your head.
Call the United States Geppetto dance, Pinocchio dance.
That's
You know
right.
what I'm saying?
That's what they do.
Yep. They want control. That's what they want. We'll give you that, but we're going to control the show. And for instance, they gave bombs to the Ukraine, but they said don't shoot the long-range ones.
Mm-hmm.
They got total control on them. They
Yep.
letting Russia actually pound them for whatever reason they have, but they won't let them fight full out, and they really being ripped apart.
Mm. You said we got 10 minutes? Oh, okay, all right. I thought you said 10 minutes 10 minutes ago.
Me too.
Go to the International Monetary Fund. International Monetary Fund. So, she was talking about it. She was letting some things slide. Lena Petrova, she is a very diligent person as far as finance goes. She knows how to follow the money because the money will tell you a whole lot.
Yes, sir.
All right, Michael.
International Monetary Fund. The Treasury Department leads the U.S. government's engagement in the International Monetary Fund.
That's crazy. The U.S. Treasury leads the International Monetary Fund.
Mm-hmm.
Just so everybody know, the U.S. Treasury is not part of the government. That's a private company.
True. True. Go ahead.
The IMF is an organization of 189 member countries that works to foster global monetary cooperation, secure financial stability, facilitate international trade, promote high employment and sustainable economic growth, and reduce poverty around the world. The Secretary of the Treasury serves as the U.S. government to the IMF, and the U.S. Executive Director of the IMF is one of 24 directors who exercise voting rights over the strategic direction of the institution. The U.S. is the largest shareholder in the fund.
Wow. So they control the largest share of the fund. They also control the politics of the International Monetary Fund. It said the Secretary of the Treasury is in control of it. With 24 other people. They got 24 elders in the IMF. Damn.
So the Secretary of Treasury for the United States gets to tell Haiti how much their money's worth.
Exactly. They could tell countries how much their money is worth, how much they have to sell goods for, how much they can pay their employees, how much their businesses can make.
Now, mind you, the country that's telling all these people what their money's worth, money ain't worth nothing. It's a piece of paper. It's a promissory note. It's not backed by, well, it is backed by something. It's backed by their military, which is why they were confident enough to take the gold standard away.
Yep.
But guess what? Now there's another bigger, badder bully on the block. That's why they're so afraid of BRICS, because somebody can stand up to the bully known as America now.
Exactly. That's why they're looking at, well, Turkey is now joining BRICS. Like, what's up with that? Go to the YouTube video. Turkey asks to join BRICS.
Y'all got to see the game that's being played. Y'all got to see it.
Turkey has formally asked to join the BRICS group of emerging market nations. Sources say President Erdogan's government wants to bolster its global influence and forge new ties beyond its traditional Western allies. Bloomberg's Turkey economy and government reporter Beryl Akman joins us now. Beryl, I've got to ask, why is Turkey interested in joining the BRICS? So what is it hoping to get out of this? Because in parallel, we know there are Turkey-EU accession talks going on.
I think Turkey is trying to do a few things here. One, President Erdogan for a long time has criticized Western dominance in the world and in politics, for example, criticizing the 5 permanent members of the UN Security Council. So here it's trying to look for alternatives to this Western dominance. It's leading a dual strategy at the same time. We should not read this as a pivot away from Turkey moving away from its traditional Western allies like the US or the EU, but it's leading almost a dual strategy. And at the same time, BRICS allows Turkey new markets. The group
real
there...
quick, pause. Captain Shim brought this out. That guy was named McGregor. He was talking about how that history runs deep with them. He was saying, look, Turkey and Russia, that history runs deep. And now I guess now it's finally clicking to everybody else. Like, oh, snap. They leaving. They going over there to join with Russia now.
Significant portion of the GDP, so it can give it new trade routes, new markets, ways to improve its economy. And this all comes amid, like you said, some frustration with the EU. Turkey has a decades-long bid to enter the EU as a member, and that has stalled, and there's a lot of frustration there. So it's a way for Turkey to move away and explore new international blocs to become a more prominent actor in the global arena.
Yeah, so fascinating, especially when you talk about some of the perhaps trading opportunities that would be offered to Turkey should they join BRICS. But again, you have to think of who the other members are in BRICS. And you're talking about Brazil, you're talking about Russia, India, China. Obviously, Russia are in it. What sort of implications is that going to have on Turkey's relationship with the West and, of course, as a NATO member?
That's a very good question. But if you look at Turkey's strategy or foreign policy, in recent years, it has always tried to achieve a balancing act. Even as a NATO ally, even during in the ongoing war in Ukraine, Turkey has maintained good ties with Russia economically, trade.
For one, she sounds scared as hell. Yeah. Two, if you're part of NATO, but they're not allowing you to be part of the EU, I would feel used.
Mm-hmm. I wouldn't trust them.
You know what I'm saying? Like, wait a minute, I'm good enough for you to use my weaponry, but I'm not good enough to sit at the table with y'all and make policy? Like, what the hell kind of stuff y'all got going on?
EU is the economic side of NATO. NATO is the military side of the EU. Turkey is a part of NATO as it currently stands, but talks stalled with the EU. So I'm good enough to go get shot for you. Sound familiar?
Sound like what they do to Negroes all the time.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Play on.
Politically, and that has frustrated NATO members. And reports that Turkey has allowed some ways to circumvent Western sanctions on Russia has also drawn the ire of its Western allies. But Turkey has said that this is, like I said, not a pivot away from its allies, but it's more of a balancing act, and it sees that the geopolitical center or the global order is changing, so it's trying to maintain good ties with both ways. But we'll have to see what the reaction from its...
Now, I honestly think that that's a little naive.
That was the political answer.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? How you going to play both sides of the field?
That's what they want them to know. But behind closed doors, he probably like, okay, China, you got 2 million. I only got 350,000 standing soldiers. All right, Russia, y'all got 1 million. So it's basic arithmetic. They can add. They know, like, okay, you got this many, I got this, Mitty. We combine these, and we ain't got to listen to them bullies over there. Oh, sign me up.
And remember, Turkey gets its fuel from Russia. Germany, all of those countries get a lot of their fuel from Russia. So them people are lining up. And in case things get bad, like with Saudi, and they can't get no fuel, guess what? It's going to be big trouble.
Ever since they blew the Nord Stream pipeline, all of the oil has been coming directly from Russia through Iran and those Middle Eastern countries. This is why BRICS is growing in popularity. This is why so many countries want to be a part of BRICS. They see the move. They see the play. They understand, okay, once BRICS makes their currency, the U.S. dollar is going to collapse because all of those oil-bearing countries are moving toward BRICS. Remember, the United Arab Emirates, they Saudi Arabia actually ended the deal with the United States for the petrodollar. So now the dollar is not backed by that oil either. Uh-oh.
Ain't no more oil money.
Uh-oh.
And the U.S. cannot provide Europe with fuel. And if they get cut off from the fuel from Russia, because they already got cut off from Saudi Arabia, it's a long-term plan, but they got their plan in place, and they're going to choke them down.
Hey.
Y'all better give me Mark 13:33 real quick.
Bring it out.
Y'all better get a hold of yourselves. It's a lot going on in the world.
Get a hold of yourself for real, for real.
There's
Stop
a
playing.
lot going on in the world. We got a lot of things that's happening. A lot of pieces is moving. And that's why the scripture says this.
The book of Mark, chapter 13, verse 33. Take ye heed, watch and pray, for ye know not when the time is.
That's what we got to do. When it says watch current events. Watch the news. BET is not the BET that we grew up on.
It sure ain't.
MTV is trash. VH1 is trash. Reality TV is not reality. What's reality is the fact that all of this stuff is going on in the world, and they keep pushing Sexy Red and Glorilla in our face. Don't you find that a little suspicious?
Distractions.
So, we break time, right? All right. So, we're about to go on our break. We're going to go to Officer Mikael with the Bible verses. We're going to play some commercials. Stick around because we got more after this.
Yeah, that purple be a problem. They don't like that. We don't turn the other cheek. Yeah, we fight back. We keep the law. We teach the law. They don't like that. We waking up the 12 tribes. They don't like that. Yeah, that purple be a problem. They don't like that. We don't turn the other cheek. Yeah, we fight back. We keep the law. We teach the law. They don't like that. Waking up the 12 tribes. They don't like that. Yeah, that purple be a problem. They don't like that. We don't turn the other cheek. Yeah, we fight back. We keep the law. We teach the law. They don't like that. We waking up the 12 tribes. They don't like that.
Hey, Shalom Israel, Most High Christ blessed. Hey, this is your brother, Officer Mikael. And this is the Bible verses. Well, I want to call it the Bible verses, the Chase Bank glitch, but it's really just a bunch of stupid Negroes. Hey, play that first video.
Dreaming, talking in your sleep. I know you want to cry all night. Shouting, screaming.
So it was all good. It's all good. We dancing, we partying, I just cashed a check for $30,000 on my bank account. Now watch what happens. Play the next video.
So I thought like everything was clear, ran up 30K. I'm happy, like, I'm jumping my boots. I'm thinking like, I made it. Next thing you know, shit not clear. Shit not clear. Next thing you know, I see this on my,
That's what you get for being a scammer script.
Stupid. Play the next video. Yeah, go ahead.
The more I learn about the Chase Money glitch, the more pissed I get. See, last night I did some research and saw how it works. All it is people depositing checks that they wrote with their own name, address, and their account information and deposit it. Now, basically what happens is if you're in good standing with your bank, it'll credit you just the funds, right? And then they verify it, and then they go ahead and put the money in your account. But this situation, the verification method didn't work. And that's how people got these $10,000, $20,000, $30,000. So you're telling me you're about to be on the run from the law for the rest of your life, looking out the window saying, hey, was that car parked there before? Just so you can get $20,000. Keep in mind, if you had a part-time job, you can make $20,000. It's not that difficult, and you can get the benefits from that job. But the biggest part that pisses me off is the fact it was just us. You didn't see a white person. You didn't see no Hispanics. You didn't see no Asians doing the glitch. It was just us committing these crimes. It was just check fraud. That's all it is. It's no glitch. It's no, oh, I'm about to get away scot-free. It was a glitch that happened with the system of checking if you had the funds. And it was just us. Every video I've ever seen in the search bar of TikTok or Instagram has been about us doing this crime. We have got to do better as a society because, boy, we looking bad out here.
Check fraud. Stupid. Check fraud. It's not a glitch. You're not going to get away with it. They coming for you. The Fed's going to be at your door. And guess what? You dumb Negroes deserve it. You deserve it. Why? Because the Bible is plain and clear. Give me Exodus 20. You know what I want. Thou shalt not steal.
Exodus chapter 20 and verse 15. Thou shalt not steal.
Read it again.
Thou shalt not steal.
Thou shalt not steal. Check fraud is stealing. Check fraud is stealing, stupid. It's called fraud. Defraud ye not one another. Give me Exodus 23, matter of fact. Exodus 23. What is that, verse 2?
The book of Exodus, chapter 23 and verse 2. Thou shalt not follow a multitude to do evil, neither shalt thou speak in a cause to decline after many to wrest judgment.
Thou shalt not follow a multitude to do evil. Check fraud is evil. Check fraud is sin. It's stealing. And guess what? You deserve everything you get because y'all thought y'all was going to get over. Nothing in life comes easy. You've been put here to serve out your punishment. You serving your bid here. We serving our bid here. There's not no come up. We're not going to get nothing easy here. Stop being simple. Give me that. How long ye simple ones when you love simplicity? Proverbs 1. Because this is real simple. Y'all are real simple. Oh, it's a bank glitch. Look at how simple you are. You're writing a check on your own account with your own information. You deposit that check and got your face on camera. Nigga, they know where you at already. Read.
The book of Proverbs, chapter 1, verse 22. How long, ye simple ones, will ye love simplicity? And the scorners delight in their scorning, and fools hate knowledge.
Fools hate knowledge because these be the same ones that walk past us at camp. These be the same ones that want to get on stage on Clubhouse and argue with the prophets. These be the same ones that say, no, close that book. These be the same ones that's going to go vote for Kamala Harris because they think she black. And she had Megan Thee Stallion at the Democratic National Convention. And Lil John yelling in your ear, yeah! No, nigga, sit down. Stop with the check fraud. Hey, look, I'm going to calm down. I'm going to bring it down. This has been the Bible verses. This is your brother, Officer Mikael. Shalom.
Yeah, that purple be a problem. They don't like that. We don't turn the other cheek. Yeah, we fight back. We keep the law. We teach the law. They don't like that. We waking up the 12 tribes. They don't like that. Yeah, that purple be a problem. They don't like that. We don't turn the other cheek. Yeah, we fight back.
While we got y'all attention, while y'all glued to the TV screens, take out your phone, scan the QR code, and let the broadcast technology team know they got to turn the mics up. It's 5 simple questions. And one of them got to be, is the mics loud enough? I'm sure it's there.
Hello, Israel, Most High in Christ bless. My name is Captain Shem, IUIC New Orleans. Help us to grow. YouTube page, subscribe, like, share, hit the bell notification. And now it's even easier, y'all.
Hey, and also part of New Orleans camp, we got the community cleanups, cleaning up our neighborhood one at a time.
What y'all waiting for? Subscribe.
What are you waiting for? Subscribe! There's so much wrong going on in the world, but somehow we keep it all smile.
Subscribe and follow us on all social media accounts. We got TikTok, we got Twitter, we got Rumble, and YouTube. Make sure y'all follow IUIC New Orleans. Shalom.
Hey, also, we got flyer missions every day and also camp videos. Check us out, IUIC New Orleans.
So remember, go to our YouTube page, subscribe, like, share, and don't forget the QR code. When the QR code comes out, don't forget to take your phone out. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Why isn't it done? Shalom, Israel.
Just to have a good time, that's what we say. All praises to the Most High. All praises to the Most High. All praises to the Most High.
The Lord has commanded us to come together.
That's right.
In one mind, one spirit, in the Lord Jesus Christ. We're making the light shine to show all the nations that we're God's people. And hopefully we can wake up many of the nation of Islam mind to the truth of this Bible. But we have one thing in common. We're all oppressed by the same man. And we are here to show people who they are and how do we come out of this condition.
Facts.
IUIC, the vanguard, the leaders of this movement. We are those guys.
That's right.
The clock was up on your left.
That's how you do it. Positive vibes. The community need this, man. It's a good look. Great look.
We have to get from behind the pulpit and into the streets. This is where it's all happening at. So yeah, you're gonna get a little dirty. Yeah, it's gonna be hard. But you know what? It's worth it. It's for our people.
Why don't you live for the people? Why don't you struggle for the people? Why don't you die for the people?
This year will make 12 years where my son have been murdered, and I started a new life once his life was taken, because I got to learn to live without him. We're going to keep raising hell till we get justice for you, baby.
Our people is your people, Miss Johnson. We're your brothers. We're your family. So we're here. And like I said before, it just begins now.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's the Dream Team. Let's go.
Hey, welcome back, Israel. Look, we got a hot topic. So we're going to keep it rolling.
Let's go.
Let's go to how Russia's Putin So, this video is about how Putin is dismantling NATO unity.
Ooh.
Putin is disrupting the unity of NATO. Don't that sound familiar? Don't the United States do that to
Yes,
people?
they do.
Don't they go in there and cause
Destabilization.
destabilization? Putin
Divide
is
and conquer.
destabilizing. Exactly. Putin is destabilizing NATO.
Oh.
Play it.
The top NATO members set to come Russia. I was gonna read it because it's not a top NATO members set to come Russia's official partner. Will Erdogan break NATO unity? Erdogan break NATO unity? Turkish president accepted the Kremlin's invitation to attend the BRICS summit in Russia. The summit is being held in the Russian city of Kazan next month, Moscow has announced. Russian presidential aide Yuri Yashkov said the Turkish side accepted Russia's proposal. Bloomberg reported on Monday that Turkey had applied for BRICS membership. Ankara submitted an application to join the economic bloc some months ago. Move particularly driven by rifts between Turkey and the rest of NATO over Ukraine.
Whoa. So wait a minute.
Whoa.
Somebody don't agree with the Ukraine situation. Somebody says that U.S. shouldn't be over there in the first place.
Uh-oh.
So they divided about something, and Putin, boom, capitalized on it. Just like the United States do with everything.
Yep.
They do that with everybody.
Everybody.
They do it with countries as well as domestically. Did they do it with the Nation of Islam?
Yeah.
They did it with the Southern Baptist Convention. They did it with the Black Panthers.
Mm-hmm.
They did it with the Brown Berets, the Young Lords, AIM. They did it with everybody. And now, like you brought out, Officer Yasser, what Malcolm X said, their chickens are coming home to roost.
Yeah.
That boomerang about to smack them in the face.
I was thinking about that preacher White, the one that Obama used to attend his church. He said that.
Yeah. Jeremiah Rice.
Well, he really ticked him off when he said that.
Hey, that Boondocks thing that they had of him was funny as hell. That thing was funny. All right, play on.
Omek Klek, a spokesman for ruling AK party, confirmed application process is ongoing. Turkish Foreign Minister Hakan Fidan stated in June that Ankara intended to join the bloc. Turkey is the first NATO state to seek membership of the non-Western BRICS group.
So normally, when you have a first, you have a second. Normally.
Then a third.
You know what I'm saying? But it always takes one person
To break it.
for everybody else to get the confidence to break it.
But yeah,
Break the ice.
I get to thinking, BritX. Somebody expected this to come a long time ago when Britain exited the NATO bloc.
Yes.
Brexit.
And so when they left, that was a sign that they saw something coming, and they was looking out for themselves. And so this didn't just started. And I think what you see going on, the propaganda war, is where Russia is really doing the damage, because the European nations are seeing what's going on. Normally, the narrative comes from one direction, as you know, like they did us. You know, we don't have a voice, but Russia got a voice, and they're making it known. It's a big problem.
Exactly. That's why what Russia is doing is like they're playing chess. They're playing chess. So it's like, all right, y'all want to play these games? Y'all, y'all got more enemies than friends. And the people that are your friends and allies, they're only there because you're threatening them. Like you forcing somebody to be your friend.
Wouldn't want them in the foxhole with me.
You know what I'm saying? You forcing these people to be your ally. If they had a choice, they would give you the finger. And slowly but surely, that's what a lot of people are going to do. Play on.
BRICS has grown from an acronym into an informal alliance that has overtaken. The U.S.-led G7 bloc in its share of global GDP and has its own development bank.
So wait a minute. It said that it's rivaling the U.S.-led G7 bloc.
It didn't say rival. It said overtaken.
Overtaken. Excuse me. Can we look up what the G7 bloc is? It said it is overtaking the G7 bloc. And it's overtaken them in its GDP.
Mm-hmm. So look at this G7. Scroll up. Look at the countries. You got Canada, France, Germany, Italy, Japan, the United Kingdom, the United States, European Union. So the European Union is not a country. That's the EU.
Yep.
That's several countries.
Yep. And it said it overtook them in their GDP.
Right.
Meaning they money longer.
And Germany itself has the highest GDP in Europe.
Yep. And BRICS overtook them.
Yes. Y'all keep playing.
And so when the Ukraine called for help, what did Germany send? Because their economy is under stress. So they could only send 5 tanks. It's not a lot of help.
Rwanda just a little bit. Read it again.
BRICS has grown from an acronym into an informal alliance that has overtaken the U.S.-led G7 bloc in its share of global GDP and has its own development bank.
So we just went over that. They're making more money than the G7, and they have their own bank. So there was, a Negro that we grew up listening to, and he said, don't go to war unless your money right.
Yeah.
BRICS getting their money right. BRICS is getting their money right. But
All the way right.
But you know who in the back, though? And, we profit, so we look at the scope of everything. Because we know all of the players of the world ending. Ishmael been quiet.
Quiet.
Didn't they kill like 3 of their leaders?
Mm-hmm.
Like Israel killed 3 of their leaders. Ishmael been quiet.
That's why I wouldn't be going in no football stadiums, any large place, because they're going to get theirs. They're patient people.
Oh, yeah.
Sleeper cells.
Sir.
Yup. Hey, play on.
Earlier, the BRICS had just 4 members, Brazil, Russia, India, and China. It has now 9 members. Erdogan has attended BRICS summits before, but never as a prospective member of the bloc.
So these people, they go to the BRICS summits. They go there and they sit and they listen and they weigh the pros and cons of going against the United States, because that's ultimately what they're doing. Ultimately, they're going against the U.S. If you're going against the EU or you're going against NATO, you're going against the U.S. It is what it is. And they go to these summits to try to weigh the pros and cons, and they're thinking, okay, the pros are outweighing the cons. Because if the cons ever come up, I have protection. Now give me Habakkuk 2:7. Because Officer Mikael said something. But does the Bible say it? Let's see.
Let's see.
Talking about them sleeper cells.
Let's see.
Let's see if the BRICS expansion is not gonna give a confidence rise to those that still want to go against the United States. And just in case y'all may not know, this country that we live in, that you watching this YouTube stream on, is going to go up in flames.
Ooh-wee.
Missiles, bombs are going to hit this country in the future.
And there's a whole lot of natural gas up under this country.
It's called the veins of the United States.
I mean, them are gonna burn forever.
So get your life right, and those of y'all that's in the islands, you ain't getting out of it.
Because those islands shall be removed.
Yep, you floating in the water. It ain't nothing for a tidal wave to come and wipe you out. But you can survive all of that if you keep the commandments. Read that, Habakkuk 2:7.
Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 7. Shall they not rise up suddenly that shall bite thee, and awake that shall vex thee, and thou shalt be for booties upon them?
So he said they're going to awake and vex thee. If they're awaking, what were they before? Sleeping. There will be sleeper cells that awake and do harm and terrible things in this country.
You know where they were sleeping there? At the Brothers gas station, at the Texaco gas station, at the Conoco gas station. Why y'all let all these people get gas stations?
Yep.
What's wrong with y'all?
At the bases, military bases.
Yeah.
At the grocery stores.
Yeah, at your colleges.
At the colleges.
Because Osama bin Laden's brother is a professor at Harvard. Wait a minute. Let's say that again. Osama bin Laden, #1 terrorist, the one they killed. His brother was a professor at Harvard. These people they've been rocking with each other.
Didn't after the last war, they flew a lot of them over here, gave them asylum and everything. You really
yeah, they did.
You can't make this stuff up. And then they would like party into like little key or something. They walk around, they wipe. Then they got their cousins over here on U.S. soil.
Yep.
I'm looking at an article. It's called Opinion. It says the UK and the BRICS forging global partnerships for the future. Well, that means that Europe, that's United Kingdom, is forging partnerships with the other side. That's falling apart.
Pull back up that G7 real quick, because United Kingdom right there.
Britain already left.
United Kingdom is right there. He said the United Kingdom is, read that again for me, officer. You said the forging ties with BRICS?
Yes, sir. It says the forging ties with BRICS is looking for economical inroads. So they smart enough to know that the scales is tipping the other way. And if they right there amongst all the other European nations who and the Arabs and everybody else who economically doing business, guess who getting cut out?
So it's like the prostitute that sees that pimp over there making a whole lot more money. And I'm going to go over here where he at. I'm going to choose him. That's what these countries are doing.
I mean, at the same time, you got to think about it. Remember a year or two ago when the shipping crisis happened? And it was that cold winter that everybody was expecting to come. And they couldn't get oil and fuel over there to the UK, to France, to Spain. And they was feeling it. They was feeling it, especially in the UK. The UK was like, look, big brother America, I mean, they leaving us out to dry here.
But Russia was nice to them. They sent them some fuel.
Exactly. Yeah. Then the U.S. blew up the pipeline.
Now, remember also, all these this green economic deal that they made that was affecting the farmers in the UK. Who was behind that? The United States.
Yep.
And there was protesting, driving tractors to the capitals and burning tires, and
people are starting to get tired.
They're getting tired.
They're getting made small among the heathen.
And all they need is an ambassador.
Hey,
Putin look like that dude right now.
Bruh, Putin about to bring everybody together. Keep on playing.
Erdogan's office is yet to confirm the president's participation in the Kazan summit. The gathering is set to take place on October 22nd through the 24th in the southwestern Russian city.
Hey, pause that real quick. You know how you know Western media is a bunch of fluff? The Western media portrays it like the Ukraine is kicking Russia's behind. But Russia getting ready to have a whole summit in the country while they at war with your little behind because they smacking y'all around. Is really what's going on.
Hey, you know what's crazy? Go to the next video. Cause I wanted to let all of the other stuff play. Cause now Turkey is dividing with Nato, supposedly. Turkey has gripes and beefs about what's going on in Ukraine. Turkey is, they were rejected by the EU and they said, all right, now I'm about to go with BRICS. Now, don't you find it odd that this happened? I mean, we played it before, but isn't it odd that this happened? Play it.
Shocking video out of Turkey tonight. A US Marine attacked on the street by a mob. You can see him here in plain clothes. They rush up to him and put a bag over his...
In the other video, it said he was in the Navy. Right now, he's a Marine. So which is it? Is he a Marine or is he a Navy officer? Which one? I mean, what are we looking at here?
That's controlling the narrative.
I would say this. My dad was in the Navy, and a lot of times Marines and Navy work close together. Marines is almost a special branch of the Navy, per se.
We know. When they cash their checks, it says Department of the Navy on it. We get it.
So,
Shout out to Obadiah. But there's a very distinct difference, especially when you're reporting that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
There is a distinct difference.
But were you in the Navy or were you in the Marines? Now, how convenient is it that this happened right as Turkey said that they wanted to join BRICS? Now, you know what happens if you attack an American citizen on foreign soil?
Them there's fighting words.
That's fighting words.
You're
attacking our citizens. Sometimes, in certain occasions, they may treat that as an act of war.
Hey, I was watching Writings on the Wall, and they were talking about the school shooting. And Captain Mattathias said something about crisis actors. I'm going to leave it there. Crisis actors. This could be a setup, bro.
That's what I'm saying. Play on.
Another US Marine rushes in to try to save him. He is also attacked. All this happening on the street in Izmir, which is a city in the west of the country. These two men in plain clothes on shore leave from the USS Wasp, which is stationed in the Aegean. 15 people were arrested as a result of this incident. They're from the Turkish Youth Union, which is part of the National Opposition Party. And they
Pause
say
that real quick. Now, I don't have the experience that y'all have, right? But if Turkey is known to be hostile toward U.S. military, would they let them off the boat?
You're gonna get what is called a safety briefing, and they're gonna tell you these are the areas. Like when I was at I think they call it Fort Liberty now. They say, look, stay off the Murchison Road. Stay off that place is horrible. Ain't nothing good there. don't go on that street. They let you know the areas that you're not supposed to go, the off-limit areas.
So if this was considered a dangerous area, they would have known that and they wouldn't be there.
That's correct.
All right.
Yep.
But I go back to propaganda, because the U.S. has to change their stance, and I think about how everything is done over YouTube, Twitter. That's why Mark, what's his name, bought Twitter so they can control who bought Twitter? Elon Musk. So they control the narrative. And coming to YouTube soon, I had read something the other day. They're going to start cracking down on people who they consider terrorists and stuff like that. That, of course, would be us. They're going to what we can say and what we can't say on there. So we won't be able to see what we've been seeing thus far.
Hey, they already arrested the CEO of Telegram. So, it's coming.
Elon Musk is the name of a evil guy in 007, just to put that out there.
Well, damn.
Play on.
This because they hold U.S. personnel responsible for the war in Gaza. They say they have the blood of Palestinians on their hands, although we should say that this group has launched attacks like this in the past. Tonight, the U.S. Embassy is saying both these Marines are safe. James Longman, ABC News in London.
So they said that they have the blood of Palestine on their hands. Why was that even a part of the... You know what I'm saying? Do you see the propagandized slogans and stuff that they put out there?
But the U.S. has to admit they're giving them the bombs and tank to bomb the Palestinians. Virtually, it's the U.S. that's bombing the Palestinians and killing them. That's what's really going on.
Well, what the U.S. said was we gave them the weapons. We didn't tell them how to use it.
Yeah, yeah. But they told them don't shoot the rockets too far. But,
hey, go to the next video. Putin snubs the West. Now, I look. Putin going to Mongolia. Putin went to Korea. He giving out Maybachs. He giving out Phantoms. He giving out boxes of chocolates, flowers. He taking brothers and their family out to eat.
Hey, y'all know this man just said that Putin is Oprah, right? You get a car. You get a car.
Putin is sharing the love. He destroying everybody's heart. The gifts is pouring. The gifts is pouring. All right. Now I want y'all to see this next one. Play it.
Is Russia looking to deploy a new nuclear weapon?
Stop. Oh, rewind it. I don't think they caught it. I don't think they caught it. She said it fast. She said it quick.
Is Russia looking to deploy a new nuclear weapon? I'm talking about the 9M370 Burevestnik. These are nuclear-powered and nuclear-armed cruise missiles. They were unveiled in 2018 by the Russian President Vladimir Putin. Russia claims the missile has a range of up to 23,000 kilometers. And what's more, Russia claims the missile can evade U.S. missile defenses. But Reuters reports that several tests have been carried out in recent years, and these tests have been marred by problems. The report cites NTI, or Nuclear Threat Initiative, that claims that of the 13 known tests of the Burevestnik, only 2 have been partially successful. There is no way of verifying the claim, but we can ask whether Russia has finally overcome these problems. Is Putin ready to deploy the new nuclear missile? Also, where are these missiles likely to be deployed? If 2 American researchers are to be believed, the 9M370 Burevestnik missiles could be deployed 475 kilometers north of Moscow. The storage facility is called Vologda 20. It is also called Chebsara. Here, Russia is reportedly constructing 9 horizontal launch pads. They are strategically placed to shield them from attack. This site also throws light on a shift in Russia's strategy when it comes to nuclear weapons. You see, experts point out that Russia does not store its nuclear missiles near the launch sites. Normally, they are stored far away. But here, observers say Russia could be storing the Burevestnik right next to the launch pads, meaning they can be launched very quickly. Is Russia cutting down on transportation time, keeping in mind the heightened tensions around Ukraine? Probably. The war in Ukraine has been a hotbed for nuclear rhetoric. Nuclear bombs have been exchanged from both the sides. Last weekend itself, Russia's Deputy Foreign Minister Sergei Ryabkov spoke about Russia's plan to change its nuclear doctrine. Ryabkov said the changes were quote-unquote connected with the escalation course of our Western adversaries.
Now, she said a lot. She was saying basically nobody knows if they have gotten past their little hiccups with their nuclear arsenal. They said that they have been doing tests, and no one is sure on how successful that they have been.
And to your point, Cap, what Kamala Harris' sister was saying, I said it. That's her sister. They the same people. What her sister was saying, he, like they say, real G's moving silent. Notice he ain't putting it out there. Like you said, he give it out. He handed out Maybachs and chocolate. Meanwhile, back on the ranch, he gearing up. He's like, okay, I got my money. Now I'm gonna go over here. And I ain't gonna tell him where my weapon's at. I ain't gonna tell him what I'm doing. But just know, he ready for. He ready.
You know what I'm saying? So they said that Russia was supposed to revamp their nuclear doctrine, which means the rules in which they will use nuclear weapons. Putin said it's going to change with the escalation of force of the West.
So
y'all ain't got nothing to worry about if y'all ain't trying nothing.
So this is what you do. You get your money right. Russia's doing that with BRICS. Then you get your homeboys with you. Russia's doing that with BRICS. And then you arm yourself. Russia's testing their equipment to make sure it work right. And now you say, if you move, I'm going to move. If you jump, I'm going to jump. You feeling froggy?
That's what they're looking at.
So they created a new nuclear bomb. Actually, what they did was they increased range of a certain size nuke. But they didn't need to do that for Ukraine. They were already in distance to hit that. They hitting Ukraine all day long. So what they were saying, the message was, we can reach out to all of Europe with these here. So if y'all want to jump on in. I got something for you. Now, they already had ICBM, the intercontinental missiles, to deal with the United States, but they're building these smaller but powerful. I read an article, it had to be about 2 days ago, that Russia was going to test a 100-megaton nuclear bomb. And that 100-megaton bomb would have sent vibrations around the world, but they never tested it because it was too big to get in the plane. But they did a 50-megaton bomb, and it sent vibrations around the world. They're not to play with. They got all of this stuff that they saying they got, and they could use it at any time. So Europe already knows this. That's why they're rearranging themselves. They don't want no. They don't want that. They don't want to tangle with Russia at this time.
Nope. So when it come down to it, Putin is actually playing for keeps.
Yeah.
He playing for keeps.
It's the long game.
I play for keeps. I play for keeps.
Hey, Cap, they playing marbles. He got a big old rock.
You know what I'm saying? Continue playing.
Currently, Russia's nuclear doctrine states, and I'm quoting, the Russian Federation reserves the right to use nuclear weapons in response to the use of nuclear weapons and other types of weapons of mass destruction against it and or its allies, as well as in the...
You see, did you see the gray area right there? The bottom part is what... Go back to the bottom part where she said, or other weapons of mass destruction against it and or its allies.
Yep.
Kamala Harris' sister, she just dropped some on y'all.
How many Iranian leaders have been killed by weapons of mass destruction? And isn't Iran an ally of Russia? So guess what that means according to their nuclear doctrine? Russia can pull the trigger anytime they want to right now. Y'all keep playing with Putin. You see why the United States president got to ride around with a motorcade and Secret Service? You know what Putin do? He ride through the streets with the motorbike and he got his homeboy on his side. That's in that biker gang with him. That's all he roll with. Y'all keep playing with this dude, bro. Play on.
It and or its allies, as well as in the event of aggression against the Russian Federation using conventional weapons, when the very existence of the state has been placed under threat, quote unquote.
Hey,
Shoot one of them long-range missiles over here if you do.
The state has been put under threat when NATO moved into Ukraine. Putin said he on go right now. Putin said he on go. Y'all keep playing. Y'all keep playing.
Remember, it said Russia or its allies. Russia got a lot of allies now.
Yeah, but
Russia got a lot of allies now.
Turkey.
They got
China.
all of Ishmael.
All of Ishmael.
Most of Africa.
About got them wrapped up.
And Cap, to your point, the U.S. they really gonna have to tread lightly because people are like in the queue waiting to join. So let's say you going to attack one of them, not in like U.S. say, okay, I'm gonna go to war with them, and then now Putin he done went and sent them the Maybach package, and U.S. may not be up on game. Hey, they in the process, the ink ain't dry yet, but you gonna attack them.
Putin said you don't have to really be a member to be one of our allies to get funding.
Right.
So what's the gray area to say that they're an ally or not?
This is when Putin say they're an ally.
Hey, who getting jacked up at the border right now in the United States? Northern Kingdom is getting jacked up at the border. The ones they call Mexicans in particular.
Yeah.
And Mexico been applied for BRICS membership. So y'all watch that too. You watch that too. Keep playing.
So United States is being made small.
Yes.
Very small.
Yes.
Hey, I'm telling y'all, look, this stuff, go to the last video that I just posted, Turkey tells Iran.
Turkey ready to leave NATO to attack Israel.
Remember that whole thing that was going back and forth with Syria and Israel. And they said, look, we're gonna make y'all desolate if you come over here messing with us. Turkey had already said, look, if they mess with y'all, they mess with me because we're allies.
We got y'all.
You know what I'm saying? And they killed 2 leaders in Syria from Iran when Iran has already been talking to Turkey. Let's see.
Bring Israel and U.S. to knees. Turkey's message to Iran. American military ally new taunt after threatening to invade Israel. NATO country to help Iran attack Israel to avenge Haniyeh.
Remember, that was one of their leaders that was assassinated.
NATO nation Turkey made bold remarks against its allies and Israel amid Mid-East tensions.
See, hold it right there. We think that one day Turkey gonna send a bunch of planes and tanks running over to Israel. That's not how it works. The missiles that Houthis, Iran, Hamas and them are shooting are coming from Turkey, Russia, and all of those allies. China especially makes a lot of those rockets and stuff that they're shooting. So they're already doing what they say they're gonna do.
Now remember, Iran some months ago shot a bunch of missiles to Israel. testing out their
That
Iron
was a,
Dome.
that was a test.
Testing out their Iron
Testing,
Dome. And they
testing.
said, look, those was just the little missiles, the light ones, the weak ones.
That's right.
We have bigger ones. So Iran is already ready.
So Hamas did it the other day. They shot about 300 and got some through. Imagine if Iran, Hamas, what's the other ones?
Houthis?
The
The
Houthis.
Houthis.
Houthis,
but
Hamas.
The people in Gaza. But
Hezbollah.
Hamas.
Hezbollah. If they all shoot at one time, that'd be about 900 missiles. They couldn't cover it. The Iron Dome couldn't cover it. The U.S. Navy ships out there couldn't cover it. But they brought the Navy ships in to threaten those countries. We can hit you with heavy stuff. We can hit you with little nukes and stuff like that. That's what they threatening them with. But ain't going to happen.
Nope. I'm telling y'all, these people are gearing up against the great whore. Play on.
Turkey's ambassador to Iran said Ankara won't dictate Iran's response to Israel's actions. The Turkish diplomat appeared to suggest that Israel and U.S. should be brought to their knees.
Meaning, whatever Iran plan on doing, Turkey is not about to step in. Turkey ain't going to step in. They need to be brought to their knees. This is the conversation of world leaders. Play on.
Kralagic said aggressor countries should be made to retreat and brought to their knees. The Turkish official made the comments in an interview with Iran's Tasnim News Nordic Monitor.
So these people are already ready. Go to the next video that I posted. All right.
New Iran president, explosive nuclear hint, Turkey message amid Israel tension. Days after report on Iran being on easy path to building in bomb. P, nuclear message in selection of foreign minister. Iran's new president on August 11 announced his choice for post of foreign minister. Masoud P nominated Abbas Arkarchi as new foreign minister, Times of Israel. Announced of Aragachi's nomination was reportedly made by Parliament Speaker. Abbas Argachi is experienced diplomat who was a key part of nuclear negotiations. Argachi was chief negotiator in 2013 through 2021 nuclear talks between Iran world powers. Argachi has served as Iran's ambassador to Turkey and Japan.
So what they think is they're going to talk their way out of it. That's what they think. But remember they said Iran's new president. What happened to the old one? Wasn't that one of the ones y'all killed?
Killed them in that airplane.
What, didn't y'all kill Iran's president and their beloved general? Who, by the way, Soleimani, who, by the way, was forming an allegiance of all Ishmael to come against the United States of America and Israel. So y'all are doing all of this stuff. It's going to come back to bite you. That's why us here that are in this truth, practicing the law, statutes, and commandments, it's more than just going to the Sabbath. It's more than just wearing fringes. The Bible is a big book. It's a lot of pages in it. We need to be living this thing. And yes, we will fall, but you got to get back up again. Yes, we got things that we got to fight. But would you rather fight with yourself, or would you rather fight with the Lord when he come back? Would you rather fight to try to get away from them flames that's destined to come? It's coming. It is what it is. It's not going. It's the future is not changing. This ain't no quantum physics leap where there's a butterfly effect and one person gets offed over here, so it creates an effect and nothing happens for another 1,000 years. Nah. Stuff is happening. Stuff is happening, and the prophets is always prophesying, so the angels is always going.
This ain't the multiverse.
You know what I'm saying?
Cap.
Yeah.
But they could watch the football season just started, and they could, you know what I'm saying? They could just go dead brain and watch the football season.
They grow right there.
Oh my
Hey,
goodness.
go to BRICS Nation halts weapons sale.
Y'all ain't got to wait till Sunday to watch the Saints. The Saints right here.
All praise.
For real though. So let's see what the BRICS nation is doing with Africa.
South Africa halts weapons delivery to NATO nations.
Ooh,
Wait a
wee.
minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Hey, where did South Africa get weapons?
Where did
Don't
South
they
Africa get the power to tell somebody, nah,
Hold up.
you can't have none of these weapons? Hold up.
The
Nah.
ambassador brought him a set of cojones.
You know what I'm saying? Play on.
That Maybach changed your life, huh?
Only those.
That man got fresh drinking water now.
Poland accuses South Africa of siding with Russia.
Wait a minute.
Wait. Hey, it ain't no accusation.
Hey,
South Africa's in BRICS.
he got his BRICS welcome package.
South Africa.
got
South Africa is the S in BRICS, ain't it?
They are.
Hey, there ain't no accusation. They are with Russia.
South Africa is the S in BRICS.
So you mean Poland had South Africa building them weapons?
Yep. Yep. And then Putin said, "No, I'm gonna give y'all infrastructure, so y'all don't have to build them weapons no more."
You know who's in Poland? Amalek.
Yeah, that's where y'all from.
Yeah.
You freaking
Wow.
cold.
Ashkenazi trash.
Yep. Ashkenazis.
Ashkenazis.
Play on.
South Africa fears weapons will be delivered to Ukraine.
Hey,
That's how the game
they
is.
told Poland, no, we're not going to give you no weapons for you to send to Ukraine. What you think, we stupid? For them to use against our homeboys in Russia? Nah, we good.
But not only that, South Africa don't agree with what's going on in Ukraine.
Right.
And apparently, neither does other countries that are in NATO.
Mm.
So y'all got a divide on y'all hands. Play on.
Ramaphosa aids Putin without taking sides in war.
It's impossible.
He's in BRICS. That means he's already taken the side.
South Africa did not deliver artillery shells to Poland, which was ordered after Russia invaded Ukraine.
Ordered by who? Who? What?
Who gave that order?
You know what I'm saying? Who is you to tell me where to bring weapons to?
That's right.
If you don't go sit your pole
Play
lock
on.
behind down somewhere.
According to a Polish agency, South Africa fears that their weapons might end up in Ukraine.
That's what the guy telling them right now. You're not getting those missiles. They said no.
Poland had ordered 50,000 artillery rounds from Germany arms company Rheinmetall in 2022.
Yes.
Is Germany's arm company coming out of Africa?
There's a German arms company in South Africa.
Shame.
Yeah, because you know all those what they call them, Afrikaans, are Germans. The ones that created the apartheid. Yeah. Those are German Ashkenazis.
Yup.
Wow.
Play on.
As of August 2024, the Polish army has not received the ordered ammunition.
Damn right.
Putin said.
Poland's Ministry of Defense terminated the contract on August 2023 due to subcontractor issues.
So if you terminate the contract, how can you get your weapons? The contract is terminated. That's paperwork. Play.
South Africa's Rheinmetall, the nailed subsidiary of Germans Rheinmetall was manufacturing shells. Ukraine works with German Rheinmetall for equipment repairs and production of armored vehicles. South African government reportedly blocked the delivery due to concerns ammunitions might be sent to Ukraine.
I mean, which is a legit concern. I mean, Russia is your ally. You want me to send you weapons so you can give to the enemy of my ally?
We don't do that around here.
No, that's dumb.
You remember when Putin said he called Africa the S-hole? You remember that?
That was Trump.
Yeah.
I thought Putin said that too.
That was Trump.
Trump said something similar. Putin said something similar. He said that everything goes out of Africa. They just take from it. He was trying to tell them that they being used.
Yeah. Putin did say that.
He was trying to tell them that they were being used.
Yeah.
But if Trump said it, he meant it a different way.
Trump called them S-hole countries.
Yes.
Putin was like, look, stop being used by these people. That's why the president of Burkina Faso, he's kicking all of them Edomites out their country. He gearing up. You know what I'm saying? Like, that dude is no joke. You know what I'm saying?
joke.
That dude is no joke. Like, the president of Burkina Faso is right north of Ghana. This dude, since he was a captain, I've been following this dude, and he ain't been no joke at all. Like, this brother is serious. You know what I'm saying? Like, he want Africa to be self-sufficient, but, you know, that's the spirit that our people have. You know what I'm saying? We want to fight oppression. Well, the biggest fight with oppression is right here.
All praises.
Right here.
To the Most High.
That's how we fight
All
oppression.
praises.
Because it took a God to take us down. It's going to take a God to take down this so-called white man. That's it. We ain't going to be able to do it.
Nope.
We don't have the know-how.
Nope.
God got to intervene. And what we saw tonight was the start of that intervention. So, any final words before we end the show, y'all? Because we didn't cover a lot, bruh. We didn't cover a lot, and we got a whole lot of stuff to look out for in the news. Make sure y'all watching the news. Don't watch no MSNBC and CNN and all of that stuff. Watch foreign news. Watch news sources outside of this country. Watch news sources that don't get shown in the United States. Social media has them. It's right there on the internet. It's called the World Wide Web for a reason.
I think this whole class, this show was geared towards opening the eyes of our people, you know, who are blind to what's going on in the world. And that's what Christ was saying, that he was going to restore sight to our people. We need to wake up and stop following behind these governments. Go ahead, officer.
No, you good. Hey, I just got one script. Proverbs 21:1. Proverbs 21:1. It's
The book of Proverbs, chapter 21 and verse 1.
Mm-hmm.
The king's heart is in the hand of the Lord. As the rivers of water, he turneth it whithersoever he will.
The king's heart is in the hands of the Lord. The Most High is moving all these pieces wherever he wants them to go. This is by the decree of the watchers. What we have to do as Israelites, the officer Cap brought it out earlier, watch and pray. We got to watch and pray because these things are happening for us. So again, sisters, Bibles open, legs closed. Brothers, keep your rods in your pants. Keep your face in the book, study, pray, and apply. Because we in the last days. We are in the last days. Y'all see the things going on. He's mustering the host for this war to come. This war for our deliverance. But guess what? Only 1/3 of us gonna walk through that fire. Only 1/3. 2/3 got to go with the rest of these devils. What side you gonna be on?
2/3 gonna be watching Sports Center.
Right. Fuel to the fire.
Y'all got anything? Hey, all praise to the Most High, y'all. We have last minute announcements. But hey, listen. We're gonna keep doing shows like this because we gotta watch. We gotta watch what's going on in the world. Real stuff is happening outside of the bubble that we call America. All right? Take away your American eyes. Take away the fun dopamine that social media gets you. Start digging into some actual facts. Look at what's coming, because it is coming. Go ahead, Austin.
So look, Israel, take out your phones, scan the QR code, let the broadcasting technology team know how they was doing. It's 5 simple questions. Y'all can help improve the broadcast so the nation can get this in high definition, high quality. Do your part. While y'all doing that, if y'all want to help the broadcast get better, y'all can donate. Y'all can donate to Preceptuponprecept at iuic.neworleans@israelunite.org via PayPal. If you want to give to your local school, you can do that one of 2 ways. Your school's email address via PayPal, or y'all write it down on the envelope and drop it in the alms box at the school on the Sabbath. Also, did y'all just not see we was in the Solomon Islands? Did y'all just not see we was in Papua New Guinea? It hadn't rained in months in Papua New Guinea, and the Most High opened up the windows of heaven because the prophets was there. Y'all know how the prophets got there? Because y'all donated to the Booster Club. Y'all helped make that happen. So continue to do this by donating at iuic.fundraising@israelunite.org. That's the QR code on the bottom right there. Scan that QR code and donate. Scan the QR code. Let's get it.
Hey, Shalom Israel Soul. Shalom, y'all. This has been Precept Upon Precept. We always try to stick with the current news. Support, subscribe, share the videos, share the YouTubes, all right? And look, just in case y'all don't know, go on there and when you click the bell notification, click all. Don't click personalized. You'll never see us come on. So click all right? Do that with all of the videos. So, I'm Captain Matt.
Officer Mikael.
Officer Yasa.
Officer Micah.
And we are Precept Upon Precept. And with that, we say,
Shalom.
There's a special place that I like to go with nobody's home to increase my understanding. My daily bread, that amazing. I'm talking about Precept on precept, line upon line, line. Precept on precept, line upon line.